The bridge to gaining bookkeeping clients. That's what I want to discuss with you for a few minutes about how to gain bookkeeping clients. No matter where you're at in the circle of your business, you are always going to be at some point in a position where you need more clients. And so, what I want to do today is I want to bring your attention to focus on what you do have. So, what I want you to do is if you have clients, I want you to make sure that you have done the ask with your clients for referrals. A lot of times we don't think to do this, okay? I actually had an in-depth training with one of y'all, one of our students this past month, and it brought to my attention that when we sit so close to our bookkeeping businesses, a lot of times we forget or we can't see we have blind spots. And so what I was able to do for my student was she is operating a bookkeeping business, but she needs more clients. And so she's kind of like, okay, I don't like the market. It's not my favorite thing to do. Just want to do the bookkeeping, but I need more clients. That's my problem. I need more clients. And so I told her, I said, well, have you asked your current clients for recommendations? And she had not. She had not thought of doing that. So I want to remind you to ask your current bookkeeping clients for referrals. Honestly, what I would do is I would make a list of your clients and then I would rate them. Highlight the top three that you love working with, that pay you on time, give you all the things you need. They're just a joy to work with. And I would go to one of them and say, hey, I am in a position where I can grow my bookkeeping business and I want to add more clients. Will you please recommend some businesses to me that you think would be a good fit? And a lot of times that's all it takes. One of my early clients that I got when I first started my journey still sends me the best clients that I have. They're clients that stay with me. They're clients who know how to provide the information to me that I need every month, and they're just a joy to serve. So always go to your good clients and ask for recommendations. That's the number one place is you're going to fuel your bookkeeping business with new clients. Now, if you don't have a bookkeeping client yet, and you're still in that journey of trying to gain your first one, think back to, have you volunteered before to take care of finances for someone? A lot of times I see this in like nonprofits and churches where people will volunteer to keep up with the Harvest Carnival funds, or if your child plays a sport, softball or baseball, you'll volunteer to handle all the funds flowing through that organization for the parents to keep up with the funding. If you have volunteered in any way to keep finances straight for someone, go to them and ask them for a recommendation. Tell them that you are building a bookkeeping business and you would love to have their word of mouth recommendation for the services you've offered for free for that organization, and go that route too. So there's always somewhere we can pull from to start this, okay? So let's look at what's right in front of us first. And then the second thing that I want to share with you when we're talking about building that bridge to gaining clients for our bookkeeping businesses is cleanup jobs. A lot of you have cleanup jobs sitting in your lap right now. This usually happens about the last 3 months of the year into the next 6 months of the new year. So I'm talking October, November, December through about June of the following year. There's about 9 months of a sweet spot for bookkeepers that you're going to have businesses that need cleanup jobs. That means they're realizing, oh, we've got to file taxes and we haven't done bookkeeping for 2 years. They're cleanup jobs. And what I want you to do with cleanup jobs is I want you to realize that when you have a cleanup job, your end game should be gaining them as a monthly recurring bookkeeping client. And what you do is you need to remind them of the value that you're offering to them as a bookkeeper. Number one, they're able to make big decisions like purchasing new assets, getting a business loan, whenever they have all their financial data in front of them. And that's not possible if they don't have the bookkeeping done. So Remind them of the value that you're bringing to them for having accurate on real-time bookkeeping numbers, okay? So they can make better decisions. They overall, across the board, I see lots of businesses, lots flow through my business. Those who have bookkeepers who keep up with their expenses monthly for them, they pay less money in taxes. They just do. They pay less money to the government because they've got their thumb on their expenses and their income, and they can make wise financial decisions. So I always let any of my clients know who have come to me for a cleanup job that, hey, I want to offer you monthly services. And these are some reasons why, what I see in my business. You will pay less in tax overall. You can make better financial decisions for your business when you see month to month what is going in and out. And you don't have to stress at tax time. There's a few things you still got to finish off at tax time for me, but most overall tax time, filing taxes, you already know where you stand. You know if you have a $10,000 profit, you know if you have a $100,000 profit, and you're prepared for it. Preparation is one of the biggest things that we can do for businesses. So communicating this to any cleanup job clients you may have sitting in your office right now is super valuable. And I want you to turn them into monthly recurring bookkeeping clients. Okay. I will leave you with this. I'm going to put a link to a YouTube training that I have done on a deep dive for cleanup jobs. Watch that video because I go into even more detail about cleanup jobs, what you need for them, how to price them, what value we bring to the table when we do these cleanup jobs so that they want to do it. And what we really need to do is turn them into monthly bookkeeping clients. So I'll put the link to that. So watch that video as well. And just I hope you have enjoyed the topic of building the bridge to gaining clients for this month's training.